Hello, chess fans. As you know, in Berlin take place the Grand Prix, and today I want to analyze a game between Levon Aronian with the white pieces and Vincent Keymer, German's number one, with the black pieces. And Keymer had a good start. He had in the first round he make a draw against Dubov, and in the second round he make a draw against Fide. But I have to say, in both cases, in both games, he had the white pieces. Yeah. Okay, let's look the game today. Aronian against Vincent Keymer. Okay. E4, C6. We have the Caro-Kann. The exchange variation. Bishop goes to d3, knight f6, h3. This move he played because if you play the move, for example, knight goes to f3, then black have the opportunity to develop his bishop by bishop g4. Later exchange the bishop against the knight, play e6, and you have a very solid position. Okay, Aronian played h3, knight c6, knight f3, and here I like the choice from Vincent Keymer. He played the move knight goes to b4. He wants, to catch this bishop on d3. Okay, and here I think we have already a new position with knight goes to c3. I think Levon's idea is to go out of the theory to the main lines as soon as possible. That's why he played this move. I have to say I don't like this move very much because I tell my students in these situations, example or think about the rook stands here on c8, this knight on c3 makes nothing, it's not the best place, The main square for white is the square on e5. White wants later on put a knight on e5, and that's why also this knight on c3 is not good placed, would be better placed on d2, and can later go on f3, and you have control on the e5. I don't like the move knight c3 so much, but hey, I'm only international master, and Aronian is an experienced grandmaster. He think about it, and maybe his only idea was to go out of the theory immediately. Okay, Vincent go for g6, and here he decided another possibility, another structure, with the free and shadow of the bishop. Okay, Levon goes for knight e5, a6, castle, bishop g7, rook e1. The rook goes on the semi-open file. Castle, bishop goes to g5. And here Vincent took the bishop on d3. And the next decision I like very much from Levon, he took with the pawn on c2. I like this move, because, it looks a little bit strange with these two pawns, but you have some, it has an idea, The first idea is, with square on e4, there can never be go a knight on e4, because here is the pawn, And white have a good square on e5. Okay, let's see. Vincent played now the move queen b6. The engine don't like this move so much. And the engine recommend the move knight goes to e8 with the idea to play f6. Okay, this was maybe the first, not the best move. Let's say it in this way. Okay, Levon goes back with the knight, goes back to f3. And here Vincent played the move e6. And as you see, this bishop on c8, he have not a good life. He is not an active piece. Levon goes for knight a4 to attack the knight on b6, and the queen on b6, queen d6, queen d2. He wants to play bishop f4 or maybe bishop h6, a5. And here, as you see, the engine also say it's better for white. White is a pawn up. Of course, Stockfish is very optimistically, but I also think white's position is better here. Okay, the rook goes on the open file. This makes sense. Bishop d7. Knight goes to c5. b6. Bishop f4. Intermediate move, because now the queen has to move. Queen e7. Takes on d7. And the rook comes in. Okay, every time when you are black and white comes up with a rook on the 7th rank, you know something went wrong. Also in this case, yeah, he wants to exchange one pair of rooks. Okay, queen goes to c2, and Levon. Yeah, it's the easiest way for Levon, because he go now in the endgame. Yeah? Now there are no queens on the board, and this is more easy and yeah, more. You have to don't think about any variations, any tactics without the queens, and we are here on the endgame. It's also interesting now to see the time situation. Vincent have only 20 moves for the rest of the game, also until the 40th move, when he get increment. And as increment he gets every time, but the time control, sorry. And Levon, yeah, think for only half hour, something like that. Yeah, he's very good on the clock. Okay, rook goes to d8, rook b7. This move the engine don't like so much. The engine suggests, you know, in endgames the king is the best piece. The engine suggests the move king goes to f1 and later king goes to e2 to go with the king to the center. Okay, but doesn't matter so much. Rook b7 is good as well. Okay, Vincent go with the king. A check, king e8, and knight e5. And now he have the problem, he can't take with the knight on e5. Okay, he can take, but it's very bad. And he have to take with the bishop. And now the problem is, yeah, white have an active rook and a bishop against a knight. And the next thing is white have more space. And look at this. These squares are totally weak. Also this is a nearly winning position for white. Yeah, Stockfish said they only 1.0, but it's nearly winning. Okay, rook goes to c8, d4, king d8, rook a7, rook c4, b3. The problem is he can never take, for example, on d4, because simply rook a8 check, and you have to, yeah, and the knight is not on the board anymore. He lose a piece. Okay, so he give a check, king h2, h6, king goes to g3, rook check, f3, rook c6, and now you push your pawns here and try to go inside with the king. Also you push the pawns and you go with the king. And the problem for black is he can make really nothing. He can move with the rook only on the c file. He can now can't move with the king. He cannot move with the knight. It's totally terrible for black. Yeah. Rook c8, h5. Rook c6. Here you see he don't have so much time, but time is not the problem. The problem is here the position. King h4, rook c8, he pushed the pawns. King e8, he pushed the pawns. You take g5, h5, and a very nice end with the move f4. The problem is you can't take in this way, because white plays simply e6. And you also cannot take the pawn with the g-pawn, because white simply play g6, and he will go for a new queen. Okay, I like this game very much, because it's a masterpiece from the strategical way from Levon Aronian. he go fast in the end game, and our German youngster had very big problems, and he had really no chance in this game. Yeah. He was out of theory, and the position was slightly better for him, and he had absolutely no chance here. Yeah, and very nice strategical game from Levin Aronian, and yeah, congratulations to him.